Mhm.
Cecilia Aragon, how's it going? Welcome. Who are you rooting for, Cecilia? Good to hear. So Spa, what do you think about Spa, hey type?
Definitely a very tricky track. We'll definitely see the best out of all of our drivers, and it is also a track that really is kind of half and half when it comes to whether it's going to be a wet race or a dry race or a bit of
Right,
both.
right.
So hopefully we'll see that to spice things up, and we're definitely going to see a lot of distinct qualifying times. One of those few circuits where the top guy could be like 5 or 6 seconds above the guy who is in last.
It's true. Well, it's just so many corners.
Yeah.
So many. It's not like Austria where you have like 7 or 8 corners, and even if like my difference to some of the top guys in the tier 1 is probably anywhere from half a tenth to a tenth in every corner. So you take a place like Austria, and I'm 7/10 or something behind, but then you place like Spa, and I'm way behind. So you make a good point, because if we look at the actual track map, it's got looks like 19 corners. And it's over 7 kilometers, so one of the longest. How's it going, Tone? Rusty's in the house. How's it going, Rusty? Steinmine is in the house. How's it going, Steinmine? JC's in the house. Everybody's in the house. Is JC in the AT? AlphaTauri. Let's go, AlphaTauri. I love that engine note, the Honda motor. So have you been keeping tabs on Tier 2? Who do you think's got a chance for pole here?
Well, there's definitely multiple drivers that have a chance. I personally raced against the Yuppie in practice, and he is a really quick driver for Tier 2. Maybe even Tier 1 material in the future, depending on how well he does this season.
Right.
Also, Vapor X is an obvious choice because he is leading the driver's standings, but only by a few points compared to the Yuppie. A few people I could see could be Broken Controller. He debuted in the league with a boom at France, where he started from, I believe it was P16, and was able to keep it on track, get into first. He has so far been a really consistent and speedy driver.
Yeah, Broken Controller's been one of our more consistent Tier 2 drivers, and you look at the results and it shows, right? So he sits in the championship. He is some 70-odd points out of first place, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be fighting for that position, but top 5 in the championship out of 20 guys, I think that's pretty darn good. So Broken Controller's been doing really well this season. He had an amazing finish at Zandvoort, actually. He was behind, was it Oso or Broken Controller? Well, they both ran out of fuel on the last lap, and they crossed the line just on fumes. It's an amazing finish. So we'll see what they can do here. So let's see, some of the guys are getting out on track. So let's get to some action here. So McLaren's out in the McLaren. Vapor's out in the other McLaren.
Spy checking the run out. He looks to be the first person out on his flying lap.
And Praj as well, just behind Shep. Shep letting Praj go. So the conditions looking really nice. Sun's out. I'm not sure about the track temperature, but that sunlight on the surface is definitely going to be good to try to get these fast laps in.
Yep.
There's going to be a little bit of a while here before we get this these first laps started. Let's see. I wanted to bring something up that Razor Guy actually brought to my attention yesterday. So Razor Guy looked and found some charity that I think it was in some kind of McLaren F1 stream, but it's called Switch Off, Game On. And it looks like this is some sort of charity for kids and games and for funding for better mental health. So I wanted to actually link that. I'm going to link that in the comments. If 'tis the season with Thanksgiving and everything, if anyone is feeling like they want to do something, take some kind of action, get involved, the link is in the chat. So get involved, guys. But we'll get back to the action then.
Let's see, Spy Check, McLaren, and Vapor about to go through the last couple of turns and start the flying lap. Let's see who's going to set the fastest lap so far. You know, just that. Let's see how high the bar goes.
Yeah, let's see how high the. Yeah, you're right. Now I think what the guys have to be careful with, especially I'm with on board with Vapor. Vapor is just behind McLaren into turn one. He's just started his hot lap. But this is one of those things where I feel like he should have given himself more space to that car ahead, because he's right behind McLaren and his pace is much stronger. So he's gonna catch him mid-lap, and then what happens?
Hopefully there isn't going to be any contact. You never wish for that upon qualifying, but at the very least he's going to lose some precious attempts. And in a track where the gaps can be so big,
he needs every temp he can get. So we'll stay on board with Vapor, because I feel like this lap's about to get spicy. Yeah, so this is going to be tough. And this is through no fault of McLaren or anything. He's doing his thing. You just have to be mindful when you start your hot laps of the gaps to the cars ahead and the cars behind.
Yep.
And you can see McLaren make the way. But that's unfortunate for McLaren. Oh, but he's already invalidated his lap.
Yeah, it does show some maturity from McLaren, seeing that his teammate is faster and is capable of setting a really good lap and letting him aside.
It is, but now that's compromising McLaren. So I don't know. I wouldn't be happy if I was McLaren, but the guys will continue.
Yeah, he may have enough fuel to do another lap, but it is Spa. It is a long track, so he might have gone on with low fuel.
Vapor's crossing the line. What time has he put in? A 147.2. So pretty good first time from Vapor. Shep is crossing the line 146.3. So Shep already bested. As Domingos is crossing the line. And he puts in a 145.078. And Nico John with a 145.3. So nice laps by the Racing Point boys.
Rusty sets a 145.1. Very quick times for the first lap. Looks like Racing Point might be the team to really try to... God, I'm trying to find the words. Racing Point might look to be the dominant team this session.
Well, the Racing Point team has been consistent all year round. I mean, I think that's why they find themselves in third and fourth in the standings. So definitely the guys in the Racing Points have been doing really good this year. And the action is coming hot and heavy now, because now we got Razor Guy with a 143.8 on the medium. So,
wow,
incredibly quick from Razor Guy.
God, I gotta get his setup.
I have a feeling it's not the setup, but I'm sure the setup helps. But it's very tight even here. JC just puts in a 146.512. And it looks like Monkey is starting his hot lap. So on board with Monkey. It looks like Spitcheck is rounding out that last chicane. Looks like he's going into the pits. Vapor going into the pits.
I think the Haas of broken controller may have disconnected or something.
Oh, and Monkey Mafia, he invalidated his lap in El Rouge. So
yeah.
Unfortunate for Monkey.
Very tricky to get a fast exit and entry into El Rouge without invalidating your lap.
Yeah. It's just difficult because you come over the crest at the top and you can't see anything, so you just have to trust your track knowledge of, I know if I keep it flat out here, I'll stay on track, but it is tricky.
P2V also invalidates his lap. Very unfortunate. Oso Sick also invalidated.
I'm on board with Shaka, bro. He just put in the fastest sector 2. And he invalidates his lap.
So many invalidations. This
Yeah.
is definitely going to be a tricky circuit.
Yeah, you can see from position 9 all the way to P19, none of the guys have put in a timed lap yet, for one reason or another.
And the thing about this track, it's such a long track. It's going to be really difficult for these guys if they want to use the softs to get 3 full laps out.
It's
just the sheer amount of time that your lead flap's going to take.
you can't waste any time. You've got to get right out there and hustle back in and right back out. So we're on board with McLaren, that beautiful McLaren.
Yep. God, I love the McLaren livery. It's just a really solid, simple, but effective.
Yeah, beautiful car.
And they're able to incorporate the We Races 1 flag on the Halo very well. Unlike the Williams. Like, the Williams looks good, but the flag, it looks photoshopped. Like, you put a JPEG and it gets separated by the Williams area. It just does not work whatsoever.
You're probably not far off, but I concur that McLaren looks really, really nice. Through Puhan. So far, Razor Guy still in P1. Domingos is on his outlap. We got people in the chat. What is everyone saying? Oh, JC went purple through sector 2, but messed up sector 3. Keep at it, JC. Keep at it, JC. Get back out there. So who's crossing the line? Looks like a Mercedes into the pits. Feeman in the Renault. Starting his hot lap.
McLaren about to go through 2 last turns, has yet to invalidate his lap. Looks like he might set a good time here.
But he's on an out lap, so he's starting his hot lap.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So who else is out there? Spitchek is starting his hot lap. And then Prajhal is also starting his hot lap. So I do want to stay on board with Prajhal because I feel that Praj has an and Praj actually just put in the best time. So that wasn't actually his out lap, that was his hot lap. And he puts in a 142.9. So incredible lap from Praj.
It looks like Beeman may have made a mistake going up through Rouge and has retired from the session, unfortunately.
Oh, so he's out.
Yeah, and it looks like McLaren is out. I don't know if that was a disconnect. Oh, it looks like McLaren also.
They got caught up. Let's see if we can see. Yep, we can see their cars off to the side there. Wow, so McLaren and Beeman out just like that.
That is really unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. So Razor Guy,
Face Cowboy also retired. What is going on?
he's out at El Rouge as well. El Rouge taking no prisoners. Let's see if we can see some footage of Shep's car here to the right. There it is. He must have some terminal damage.
No doubt. Even though we do have Rouge is such a violent corner whenever you crash that you're most likely going to lose your wheel, or at least lose your entire car.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically hitting the wall like head on, so all you do is just lose the rear for a split second there, and it's gone. So we're on board with Oso. Oso, who has not set a lap yet. Spitchek is crossing the line, and Spitchek is up to P3 with the 144.397. It's a nice time for Spitchek. Rusty started his lap. Monkey invalidates his lap. So this is the second time Monkey has invalidated his lap on his hot lap. So he hasn't put a time in yet.
Yeah, I think it'll be frustrating for him. He's just gonna want to focus, take all that frustration out of his mind, and focus on having a solid third lap. It doesn't need to be pole, but he needs to at least set a time to make sure that he is not last.
He does, otherwise he's going to start in the back of the grid like you mentioned. So he's got some time, but he's got to hustle. Oso is coming through that final chicane. He's in P15 at the moment. And that puts him at the P9 to 145.749. So this midfield is very, very, very tight.
Definitely Nico John, only a few hundredths away from disgruntled. Yeah, this is going to be a really close qualifying session as we come near the end of it, with only 6 minutes remaining. People who are in the pits right now are going to want to hustle a little bit, make sure to get out, and make sure to take it.
Yeah, and JC, he's going on for these medium tires. I don't know if he's going to be able to improve with them, but he's going for the gamble. You know, I was going to say Razor Guy he just got beat by Domingos, so great lap by Domingos. So Razor Guy was a 143.8 on the mediums. He knows he can maybe do around a second faster, or not quite a second faster, but he can go faster in the softs. So now we can see Razor Guy. He's in the pits, but he's onto those soft tires. He's probably just waiting for the right time to get out there.
Yep.
And Spitcheck, he's going into the pits. Rusty's going to cross the line here. He's already put in a 145.1. And he puts in a 144.9. So Rusty does improve. Really nicely done by Rusty so far. He's in P5. Nico John is crossing the line. He improved, so 144.8. So nicely done by Nico John. The Racing Point boys very tidy indeed. The Mercedes crosses the line. I don't know if he improved there, but that's disgruntled. He's in 7th, 145.3. Looks like Domingos is into the pits. And Oso is coming through that final chicane. P9. And he doesn't improve, so he's still in P9.
We have JC Blackley about halfway through Sector 3.
Yeah, I'm on board with JC now. What do you see?
He previously touched the gravel going to Sector 3, but he looks to be rather speedy on here. It's really going to come up. It's really going to come down to these final 2 corners. You want to have a good exit down the straight, but he's coming.
And he's jumping into the pits. I wonder. He must have been very far off of his time on the softs. If he gets out right now on a new set of soft tires, he'll have a chance to set a timed run. So let's go on board with who are the next runners. So it looks like we have Rusty, and just behind Rusty we've got Disgruntled. Disgruntled has already invalidated his lap. Oh no, that's not Disgruntled, that is T2.
Disgruntled has also invalidated his lap, so both the Mercedes are definitely going to have to hustle around here. Hopefully they have enough fuel for another lap.
Yeah, well T2 is just behind Rusty. Rusty's finishing his hot lap, but T2 is starting his hot lap. You would think he would give more space to the car in front, but he goes into the pits. So let's go on board with T2, because T2 hasn't set a lap quite just yet. But who is that behind? I think Nico John is actually behind. Let's go on board with Nico. Oh, he's into the pits. Vapor's going to start his hot lap. So any second now, we're going to see all the cars getting back out there to do one final run. Meanwhile, the cars on track at the moment are taking advantage of that lack of traffic.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit worried about the traffic, guys. If these guys are going to set a third lap, they're definitely going to get out soon, or else risk either being impeded by somebody else unintentionally, or just not making the finish line before the time is up.
They still have got some time, because the lap here, a quick lap here is in the 140s, and something slower would be around 2 minutes. So any second now, the guys are going to start coming out. So Spitcheck is going to cross the line here to start his hot lap. JC is going to do the same, it looks like. No, that's Shakabra actually, Toad.
T2 has just set the fastest Sector 2 time after almost losing and going up to Rouge. Definitely a great recovery for him.
Nicely done by T2. Let's go on board with T2. So we're on board with T2. He's getting into Sector 3 here. Flat out through there. Heavy braking into the final chicane. Nicely done. Hits both apexes. Loses the rear a little bit. But it looks to be a pretty good lap. He's in 12th, 147.1. Monkey Mafia starting his lap.
He was one of the few drivers that had yet to set a time, so started to set any time from no time.
And Vapor puts it into P4, so 143.855.
Great lap by Vapor.
15 thousandths of a second behind Razor. But Razor will want to see if he can improve that as well.
It looks like Monkey Mafia has invalidated his lap. That is going to be devastating.
I think there is a possibility that Monkey Mafia can get around and set another time lap, but I'm not sure. It's going to be very, very close.
Gonna have to hustle.
He's really going to have to hustle. So I'm on board Domingos. He's starting his hot lap.
Shakabra has also invalidated his lap. He might have enough time for a second one, but that depends on how much fuel he has left in his car.
He's going to go for it. So this has to be a tidy lap by Shakabra. Nico John starting his hot lap. What is that? What is your main concern?
How much fuel he probably set in the car. If he wanted a really fast time, he would probably put as the least amount of fuel as possible.
And Nico John spun in turn 1. So he's not going to improve. Now he's stuck. Oh, that's unfortunate. Scenes from Austin Powers where he's forward and reverse and forward and reverse.
And Monkey,
yeah, Monkey crosses the line, but it's not quick enough. He won't be able to set a time.
Oh, that's a lot of people that have not been able to set times. That just shows how unforgiving this circuit is when it comes to track trends.
It really is. One of the most difficult on the calendar. Oh, Yuppie's in the house. Yuppie says, "What's up, guys? Bummed I'm not out there." We're bummed you're not here, but hope you're having a good holiday weekend, Yuppie.
Shakabra has yet to invalidate his lap time. I think he is one of the few people still out there.
Praj crosses the line. He does improve his time, so great lap by Praj.
Secures pole position.
There's a racing point coming up here, but he's invalidated his lap. Who is that? The Shakabra. Yeah, so we're on board Shakabra. He's got to be so tidy. And he loses a rear.
Almost spins out.
But he's in P14. So 8 time is better than no time. So nicely done by Shakabra.
And he's going to have some people behind him who either crashed out without a time or were not able to set a time.
And Disgruntled into P6, so nicely done by Disgruntled. Spit check crosses the line, does not improve.
Nico John heading into pits.
Yep.
In the pits. I think it's just a racing point.
Razor guy, but he invalidated his lap, so this is not going to count. Wow. No time from Razor.
He's going to have to start on the mediums.
Wow.
That's going to be risky for his strategy.
But it might also work out because if he can stay with them on the mediums, if he can just stay within that slipstream and get tugged along, so to speak, he's going to be the fastest guy in the late stage of the race.
Yeah. And if you do end up changing to wet conditions about halfway through the race, if he can keep those mediums on and not have to make a pit stop, he could perhaps get the advantage in terms of pit strategy.
Yeah, especially if people are going to have to pit on the softs before they pit for those wets or the inters. That was that Mercedes strategy last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Work the treat. So you can see it here on the screen. Great lap from Praj. Domingo's doing really nicely in that racing point indeed. Razor Guy has a great time, but on the mediums, it's Razor Guy would argue that he should be on pole position on the softs, but wasn't to be today.
Definitely was not to be.
It's going to be a very close race. And look at Rusty. Rusty up there in P8. So really nice job by Rusty. Rusty has been, I'm sure you see him all the time on the practice session meetup channel. He's constantly on there. He's constantly doing laps, getting better and better every day. So it's exciting to see. But I'm excited for this race. I really can't wait. Spa is one of those action-packed circuits.
Definitely. And some of the greats have been able to have stellar performances. Michael Schumacher in his debut for Jordan in 1991 was able to somehow get that to P6 in a bunch of positions ahead of his teammate. Ayrton Senna. Just many great names have been able to really cement themselves in the history of Spa. Let's see, it looks to be pretty cloudy out there, so we may actually see some rain, but it looks to be dry for now. It looks like Terrible had to leave, so it's just me and the stream. How you guys doing? I cannot see your chat because Chromebook I have to the side does not allow me to view live streams on YouTube for some reason. God, we may actually see some rain this race, or it could be like the 2020 Spa Grand Prix where it said it would rain, but might not actually. I bet some people are going to wish for dry, some people are going to wish for rain, especially Razor. If he can get rain around the time where he'd have to pit for mediums, most likely there is a chance for a safety car to come out, so he may be able to conserve his tires that way. If he can do it one stop from the mediums to inters, that could be huge. But
Yep.
that does depend if there is rain.
Right. I think the one stop though is going to be the prevailing strategy here today. Seems to
Yeah.
be very doable, either soft to medium or medium to soft, depending on what you want to risk. But for everyone that's tuned in, thank you for tuning in. You're watching the Performance Racing League Development Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix. We're here at round 14. Our points leader then is Vapor. Vapor with 208 points with 5 podiums this year. So Vapor doing really, really well. Yuppie, he's not here today, but he is in P2, 192 points. He will fall further adrift, unfortunately, but we'll look for Yuppie to put in another great performance in the next race. And meanwhile, Domingos, who starts second on that first row in that racing point with 163 points. So he's going to be able to make some major ground up here today on Yuppie's. The lead to Yuppie ahead of him. It's like 29 points ahead. And not too much further behind is Spartacus Mills, Nico John, 154 points. He's fourth in the championship. And Monkey, though, Monkey's sixth in the championship in that Alfa Romeo, but he's going to start from the back of the grid. What do you think about that?
Definitely gonna be a little bit of a damper on his race, but you never really know. We could have a safety car, we could have rain. It really depends on how he's able to keep his overall pace up and how he's able to make his pit strategy and a little bit of luck. Perhaps Spa might bless him with some luck today. He's definitely going to be hoping to get in the top 10, but the race is unpredictable. He could either spin out in lap 1, or he could somehow make it to the podium. You never really know.
Yeah, I think he's got to keep his head in the game because I'm sure he's frustrated, right? But
Definitely.
like we've seen from so many of the recent races, anything can happen. I mean, really, anything can happen. You got to keep pushing. You've got to keep putting in the lap times, and just be ready to go. Whether it comes to, pitting for at the right time for the wet tires or whatever. Safety cars could happen, but anything can happen. So he's got to keep plugging away. He's going to start in P18, but we're going to be looking for Monkey. We're going to be monitoring his progress because I do think we're going to see him cutting his way through the field.
Yep.
Let's see. So Joe G, he says, I'm counting on you for Terrible for race guidance again. I will not be giving you individual guidance, but I'm sure you'll be doing just fine. Good luck in the race, Joe. Let's see. Yuppie, how many spin up the Eau Rouge? We already had, I think, we had 3 cars. Was it 2 or 3 cars at DNF in qualifying up Eau Rouge?
3.
Yeah, so it's already Yuppie. It's already happening.
And they were all quick succession from each other. So
Yeah, they
that was
were.
really surprising.
They were.
Unfortunately, we're not able to capture some of the crashes, but it definitely happened.
Yeah, they were really, really tough impacts. You know what's really bad when on reduced damage, the damage is terminal. So.
Yeah. This really shows how fast these guys are going up the Rouge, which has 2 corners after another and goes uphill, so it's a really, really dangerous corner.
That and it's led up by a downhill section where you pick up a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Alright, so the guys forming on the grid. You see that beautiful Ferrari up front of Praj? in the Racing Point, or excuse me, sorry, in the Prancing Horse rather. Domingo's in the Racing Point. Razor Guy in P3. You can see Praj has that inside line. Peyton Manning's forehead saying good luck, guys. Good luck, Peyton Manning's forehead.
Good luck. You know, I just noticed something. The grid is very mixed up. Only one team, Racing Point, is able to get both cars in the top 10. So this is going to be very, very, very...
It's going to be...
mix up the team standings.
Yeah, yeah. Lights are on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And Feeman jumped the start, but they're off. Feeman jumped it. And the guys through turn 1, Razor pushing Domingos out a little bit wide.
Looks like Rusty Oil Can may have had some damage on his front wing.
Yeah, someone's got damage. It does look like a piece of front wing from an Alpha. So Praj out in front.
Everyone's able to make up the roof just fine.
Yeah, I'm on board with Razor Guy. He's just behind Domingos, but he's not going to have quite enough, so he's in third behind Domingos. He is arguably on the better tire, though. Oh, and Rusty gets by spit check, I believe. So nicely done by Rusty. Rusty already up 3 positions, but he is missing that wing end plate, so it's unfortunate for Rusty. You'll wonder then if he can go on, but it looks like his car is understeering. Probably going to lose too much time.
That was something not long this circuit. There are plenty of corners where you just got to go almost flat out, and understeer is just going to be killer for your times.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin your lap times. So JC making a move on Nico. Oh, but he's not able to take that outside line very well. Okay, so let's go back to see the intervals here. The intervals are starting to pop up. So spit check, he's getting passed on the outside by Disgruntled. Oh, and Disgruntled gets spun out a little bit by spit check, but he'll continue. Now on board with Shakabra. Shakabra's in P13 behind JC. He gets passed by JC. Yeah, a bit of a scruffy first lap. So Rusty in the pits, Monkey Mafia in the pits. Unfortunate for Monkey Mafia, he made up some positions on the start, but he must have got some damage.
Looks like Joe spun going out the last corner. That's not going to be good. Looks like he did not pick up any damage though, so he will be able to stay ahead of Monkey Mafia and Feeman, who had to go in the pits. And it looks like Rusty Oil Can, I believe.
So Praj is starting to pull away. Intervals are getting all funky right now, but Praj is in the lead.
No flag in Sector 1, and is that supposed to be Feeman?
Yeah, Feeman spun, and Eau Rouge.
Did he hit the wall?
Let's see if he's got damage. He lost his front wing completely.
Virtual safety car. Definitely going to be a frustrating thing for a lot of these guys. Virtual safety cars can be a bit difficult to really manage. You don't want to lose too much time, but again, you don't want to go over the interval.
That or the tires, you're going to go slower, so if you're on those harder compounds, they are going to get colder, and it's going to be more difficult to keep them warm.
I think Razor Guy's mainly wishing it was an actual safety car because he was the only one on the medium compound. Everyone else on the softs. Nope, Space Cowboy, Rusty Oilcan, and Monkey Mafia on the mediums.
No, I think that medium tire is going to be good for this race, but he's got to just try to stay with Domingos. He knows if he can stay with, or potentially just pass him, because he can try to chase down Praj in the late stages of the race. So if you look at his interval right now, he's 3-4 seconds behind the leader, but on arguably the slower tire. I think he could chase him down in the late stages. So we're on board with the Razor Guy. He's just behind Domingos. They're going down into Eau Rouge. The car wanting to kick out the rear. DRS open.
He may be able to catch him up in the straight. It looks like he has overtake on. He may be looking for a pass on Domingos. Goes down the inside.
Wow. Around the outside. But not quite. Nice driving by the pair of them.
Leaving it clean.
Really nicely done by these guys. Oh, and Razor Guy loses the rear a bit. So I'm actually going to go on board with Shaka Bra. He's in P12. Can't get around T2 and P11, so let's go back on board with Razor Guy. I'm watching these deltas to try to make sure I don't miss any action. But so much is going on right now in this stage of the Grand Prix. So we're on board with the Razor Guy. He's just behind Domingos in P2. He's trying to chase him down because in this lap alone, it looks like Praj has pulled out about another 3 seconds or so on the guys. So this battling with Domingos and Razor Guy is benefiting Praj tremendously.
There's it from the Razor Guy, gonna have DRS and gonna turn on overtake. Maybe wants to overtake Domingos on turn 1. Let's see.
No, it's not gonna be close enough.
Yeah.
But we'll stay on board with these guys because this seems to be one of the closest battles. Oh, and actually, Disgruntled made a move into turn 1 on spit check.
There may have been a little bit of contact.
There was a little bit of wheel banging going on there. I think there wasn't any damage though, so they'll be able to continue. But spit check is going to have the DRS, so let's stay on board with spit check. As Razor Guy is not able to make the move into I believe this is turn 4 here.
Ooh,
oh, and a virtual safety.
Looks like Shaka Bros retired from the race.
Oh, he's out in Eau Rouge. Look at him on the right.
Yeah, surprised it's not an actual safety car, but then again, it is a bit off the circuit, so.
So tough impact for Shaka Bros. So who does this help? These virtual safeties, I think they help these guys on the soft tires. It helps them to extend that run a little bit.
Yeah. And then again, Razor's going to want to make sure his mediums have kept up the temperature. They will, as you said before, cool down a lot faster than the softer tires.
Yeah, they will. But he should be okay.
Able to keep close to Domingos. I think definitely Crotchell's going to benefit because he's just able to have a leisurely pace, keep it there, and doesn't have to worry about people catching up because he has such a big gap to Domingos.
Oh, and Domingos gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. He was pushing too hard.
The trio of Domingos, Razor, and Disgruntled are going to have to come in the same.
Domingos, Razor, and Disgruntled drive-through penalties.
And Shep has a drive-through. Kuhn has a drive-through. It looks like Shep spun out of Rouge.
So this is going from good to great for Praj. So now Praj is going to run away here unless these guys find themselves in a safety car situation.
Disgruntled stays out, does not serve as drive-through on the first lap that he can.
Yeah, he'll have to soon. That's unfortunate. But there'll still be plenty of action. But it's going to be tough now to try to chase down Praj in the lead because the guys are going to fall way back. So we're on board with Spoolin. Oh, and Spoolin tries to get around Spit Check. Spit Check puts him in the grass. What's going to happen? They break into turn 1. Spoolin makes the move. Really nice overtake.
Razor ended up going off on it at Rouge. That's unfortunate for him.
But let's look at the car. Does he have damage?
No, he does not.
So he'll be able to continue. This is going to be a recovery race for Razor. But Razor will do well for himself if he can just get his head down and keep pushing and just cut through the field as best he can. He's got to score as many points as possible. So let's go on board with Nico John. Oh, and Spit Check is in the wall. Nico John Nico John trying to make his way around Spit Check, and he does. Spit Check got damage.
A lot of damage.
So now Oso is behind him. Oso's got to be very careful he doesn't lose the wing himself.
It looks looks like Spitcheck is most likely in a pit, so
Yeah, but
looks like Elsa passes him.
they've still got to be very careful. Domingos,
Mingo's catching up.
he's got to be careful, protect that car. Spitcheck does have damage.
Very close to who he used to. And it looks like Domingos will take him on the last few corners. I think there was a bit of a wheel bump before.
Just a touch, but they'll get away with it.
Turn 18. Spitcheck does hop in the pits.
So let's sample with JC, because JC is 5/10 behind Domingos. He's going to have the DRS. He gets a better turn 1. He hits the apex. But Domingos is a really nice exit. So I do think JC is going to have the DRS, but I don't know if he's going to be close enough.
Shep with a 3-second time penalty, and also Oso.
Oh, and Shep spins. Shep is out.
Of the race.
Shep is out of the race. Brand new tires, and he spins at Eau Rouge. Terminal damage.
Very unfortunate. He had damage multiple times, had a penalty under the ESC. Just did not go his way so far.
It's a tough race for Shep. It's unfortunate. So now all the safety car. So what's the move here? I think the move could potentially be for the hard tires right now.
Yep. Gonna see a lot of people on the softs pit. This is definitely gonna benefit Prajal.
And Rusty gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So Rusty, unfortunate for Rusty.
A lot of people just really antsy behind the safety car. It's really best to just stay behind a little bit.
Yeah, it's best to be conservative on the deltas. What's got Young Ants? Young Ants F for everybody that's out in the race. Thank you, Young Ants. Burt Cocaine. Toad IQ. Shaka Bra. Radion. We're sorry to see it. So, Praj on the medium tires. He's probably going to try to take him to the end.
Yeah.
But that's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be about 15 laps or so. I'm not sure if they'll make it.
You could be able to conserve him if the safety car lasts a few more laps, but...
But I think Disgruntled is making the better choice here. But time will tell. I could be wrong. We're going to have to find out. So who's on what tire? Spoon on the hards.
Disgruntled on the hards. Also...
Nico John on the hards. Oso on the mediums. JC on the hards. Oh, and who was it that got held up? I think it was Oso got held up in the pits. So a lot of positions being changed right now in the pits. JC is coming out in 5th place, so really nicely done by JC so far. Nico John just behind him in 6th, so great. Yeah, great race so far from Nico.
Speedcheck, Monkey, and TT going for the... No, TT goes for the hards. Monkey and Speedcheck are on the mediums. Did Monkey pit? Does not look like Monkey pitted.
But it looks like Nico John's got a drive-through penalty to serve. As does Disgruntled, I believe. So the guys... I'm not sure, but the guys are picking up all kinds of penalties. And it looks like a Monkey and Razor Guy made contact into the safety car, so they'll have 5-second penalty as well. So it seems like the guys are... Another collider with Domingos, Razor.
He gained 1 place. 3-second time penalty.
Oh, and Razor made contact with Domingos somehow. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Wonder how that happened, but the guys... Now it's Rusty with Razor with 10 seconds worth of penalties. I'm not sure what's going on, but the guys have definitely been a lot cleaner than this, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
So, Disgruntled, or what the guys in general, what they needed to catch back up to Praj, they've got it, but now, yeah, Domingos did pull a Russell. I'm not sure if he got touched by Razor or if he spun and then Razor hit him while he spun. So I'm not sure on that Young Ants.
Yeah, I mean, that may be contended in the incident reports after the race. There's probably going to be a few. looks like Spillendub might take over second place as Disgruntled hops in the pit to serve his drive-thru. I think this is the last lap that he could serve it. Going down, Jason Blackley. Yeah, it's Spooling. I didn't expect him to be in P2, but yeah, that really just shows how safety cars can spice things up in the race. Raj trying to keep the tires not necessarily ice cold, but also wants to reduce wear as he is on the mediums, and he is going to want to perhaps take this to the end. I cannot really see him getting the two-stop strategy here. And again, he has shown to be really quick so far in the race, so maybe a two-stop could work. It really depends on what happens after this. Track, I mean, it looks like the sky is still gray, so we still don't know if it is going to rain or not. If it does, that could really do a lot more towards the race. There's a lot of people having penalties.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many penalties happening.
I think that's about almost half the field that's currently racing has penalty, maybe even more.
Well, now it's throwing everyone out of contention. I think. So yeah, Rusty's out. No, you can't serve drive-through under the safety car, young ends. But I'm not sure if Nico John has already served his. Because Disgruntled had a drive-through, he just served it, but it's still showing drive-through on his the actual graphic, the UI. But that's the issue, is that he tried to serve it, but it's not going to work when you're under safety car.
So, looking at the position changes, Spoon and Dub going up 8 positions, started P10 and is now looking to perhaps get a podium. He can keep it on the track and just be a consistent driver.
Yep.
Blackman moves up 6 positions from P9.
Yep.
Nico does have a drive-through, but moved up 3 positions. Osa moved up 6. T2 moved up 6. Bro Controller from 19th has moved to P9. Unfortunately, does have a penalty. McLaren moved up from P15 to P11. And some more minor position changes. But when it comes to people who have lost, Domingo's going down 8 positions from P2 on the grid. That's definitely going to perhaps frustrate him. But he's just going to want to perhaps try. The race is still young, so we're going to see him perhaps try to keep it consistent, try to get those positions, but he does have a penalty. The Razor guy moved down 5 positions from the start, has a drive-through, and unfortunately Rusty, Space Cowboy, and Shakabra have retired.
Yeah. And the safety car's in, so they're back to green flag racing. But yeah, Vapor is one of the biggest losers in terms of the race because he's gone down so many positions. Very unfortunate, but he'll be trying to push hard to make up some positions. But yeah, Rusty and Young Ants, yeah, they can't serve those penalties. And Disgruntled gets disqualified for not serving the drive-through. So if he was disgruntled before, wait till you see him now. So JC, let's go over to JC. As actually the Razor guy makes a move on T2, he must have had a better drive-through. Oh, Rouge and Abradion. So that's the Razor guy up into 7th. This is exactly what Razor guy needed too, because he had gotten that drive-through.
Yeah. We've got Stone serve drive-throughs. Let's see how that's going to play out.
But I'm not sure if he's already served it or not, but we'll see.
Yellow flag, it looks like it may have been someone spinning out going into sector 2.
Whoever it was, they caught, yeah, whoever it was caught that. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Young Ants.
Oh, and that looks to be...
Oh, and Razor guy gets tangled up with Spitcheck. He's lost his right front end plate. Not sure what happened there. Didn't quite catch it.
P2 gets 3-second time penalty to add to his race time.
Wow, that's very unfortunate for Razor, because Razor's on the hard tie that needed to go to the end, and now he's got to get into the pits.
Yeah.
Well, he can get onto the mediums now, but he's going to cycle way into the back. He's going to cycle into 15th. He stays out. So he's gonna try to stick it out. So the person I think that can really benefit from all this is Monkey. Monkey, who's had just an awful qualifying, wasn't able to set any kind of time at all. Started just about at the back of the grid, and he's up into P10. He's on a medium tires, so these medium tires from this point of this race will make it to the end, and he's right behind Razor, who's got wing damage. So look for him to try to close on Razor, make that pass, and start making his way through the field, because he does have good pace.
And he also doesn't have a penalty, so if he can just stick both of these guys, he will be able to make up positions at the end of the race.
Yes,
and it looks like T-Man did spin going up through Rouge, as you see. I believe that is no, that is Vapor.
Yeah, so Feeman's out. Feeman's retiring from the session, so his car's still drivable.
I think
so
that
he's
was mainly out of frustration.
Yeah, but he's gonna give up all his points in doing so.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Feeman, but he still had every chance to fight for a result. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Now, I seem to be having a name go to Vapor, as it just shows a blank sort of thing on his name tag. Everyone else is fine though. So
Yeah. It's something connection related, but yeah, I see him. He's in 15th. So let's see we got Spitcheck just behind Oso. Sambor is Spitcheck. As Nico John is starting to close the gap to JC in third. Pride's sitting the fastest lap with the 146.3, and Nico into the pits. So I'm not sure why Nico John is going in the pits.
Maybe change up tires?
Yeah, but those tires would have made it to the end.
Yeah,
oh, this is his drive-through. This is his drive-through.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That makes sense. I think that may have been his last lap.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Ends up losing a lot of positions.
Yeah, he does.
We still have Oso, T2, Domingos, Razor.
Yeah, we're on board Domingos, because Domingos is trying to chase P6 now. He's got the DRS, not quite close enough.
Yellow flag, and it looks like that.
It's a racing point. Nico John in the on the exit of the pits.
Let's be Rouge. Probably due to his tires probably weren't that cold, but we do have another safety car here.
Wow.
I'm surprised. He was still able to move.
This is helping Praj. Praj, who's trying to extend those medium tires to the end. We're gonna do a couple laps under the safety car, 2, maybe 3 laps. I would think 2 laps under the safety car. So this is definitely helping Praj. So it's going to be tough to make these medium tires last to the end.
2 VSCs and 2 actual safety cars. Man, this race is going a lot slower than what we probably could have anticipated.
Yeah, but this is keeping it action packed, because this is bringing the field closer together.
Yeah.
And these restarts can be madness in a good way.
I think Praj may enjoy the safety car for he's able to conserve the grip on his tires, but he's also going to be frustrated. Every single time he's able to pull out with your lead, he has to continue
and Razor Guy, this is perfect for Razor Guy, because remember, he had wing damage.
Yeah.
So him waiting has paid off, so now he'll most likely go into the medium tire, switch out that wing, and he may come out, I think he's going to come out behind. Who's going to come out behind?
Monkey Mafia also had some in the pits. Puts on the softs. That is a bit adventurous, but it could work.
Razor Guy serving that penalty.
Also looks like Razor is also putting on the softs and a new front wing.
So Razor's putting on soft tires, trying to take the soft tires to the end, huh? We'll see how that works. Yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm not quite sure the soft tires will go to the end, but it doesn't hurt to try.
Really depends on your tire configuration.
Yeah.
I don't know, this could be a risk that is worth taking, but also it could end up impeding them later on.
Well, I think what they're counting on is to try to pass at least a few cars ahead, and even if their tires die out in the process, at least they've made up a few positions versus being on the same tire and getting stuck behind because they can't get past. I probably would have opted for those medium tires, but that's me. Yeah, Rob saying is the same thing. Cali Rob said he would have gone soft as well because they've got to be aggressive. I agree. But at the same time, it's going to be tough. They do last long. That's the one thing. I think that the soft tire runners are going to have the advantage in terms of the tire temperature. The tires are going to be nice and warm on the restart. That means they're going to be able to brake nice and late through the corners. They're going to be able to get on the power very early. The rear end's not going to be squirrely, and all these little things combined can mean that they can easily move up positions on the restart if they're careful, if they're crafty, and they are. So we'll see. We'll watch for them, Monkey Guy, Mafia, and Razor Guy to make up the positions on the restart.
We're also going to have a full battery of VRS, so we can be a lot more liberal when it comes to that application instead of if we didn't have any safety cars. They would probably be conserving a lot more.
Right.
And again, everyone else does have full VRS, so.
But it's going to be a shootout at the restart.
We still have yet to see rain, even though it is pretty dark on the circuit. We may see a repeat of what happened this year at Spa.
I don't think there's gonna be rain. I don't believe so. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
T2 in the pits. Looks like Razor's in the pits. So Razor's back in the pits. Now I'm not sure why. Unless he's not doing his drive-through.
Maybe he thought perhaps that softs would work, the compound would go on.
But he just put on another set of softs, so
I don't know. Didn't look like it was a wing change.
Maybe he just wanted to say hi to the guys in the pits. I'm not sure.
Or maybe he accidentally put on a used set of softs and there was a different set that did not have so much tire usage.
Could be, but not quite sure I understand that strategy because that puts him down into P12. But meanwhile, Monkey, he's jumped up into P8, so Monkey's race going nicely indeed. Joe is just ahead of him in that Red Bull. Joe, who's been so consistent, no penalty here. If he could stay just behind Domingos, he'll be able to snatch another position. Spitcheck in P5. Spitcheck in that nice Renault livery. He's been consistent all year. He's having a great race. He's up into P5. So he'll be fighting as hard as can be for that top 5 finish.
Definitely. Do you remember the livery that they used in testing?
The black ones?
Yeah, I wish they kept those. Personally.
They look really cool, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
was just going to say, Spitcheck, his best position so far this year is 6th, so he's in 5th. So he'll be trying to get that best final position of his season so far. But what were you saying about that livery?
I was just saying, maybe it was a choice during quarantine, or maybe they decided to keep the 2019 one, make a couple of tweaks to kind of make it a bit more recognizable. I don't know.
I like the car. It's a nice livery. It's a great engine note too, that Renault engine note, especially the downshifts. They sound really, really good.
Can be a bit unreliable when it comes to career mode, though.
Yes, that is true. But you can always level that up in the reliability.
Yeah.
So let's see. Does the safety car go in this lap? I don't think we've seen the notice for that. Please go away.
Nice.
He's going away. Thank you. So we're going to go back to green flag racing here. Praj gets a good jump. Spooling gets a good jump.
Right behind Praj.
Yeah, Graham, I think Razor was getting rid of the penalties, but I don't think so because he pit.
Praj has a good exit outside of turn 1.
He does. Oso, but Oso's just behind JC. Oso got a great run out of there. Oh, but Monkey's just behind Joe. I think Monkey's the one that's in the closest position to try to make an overtake. Yeah, he's got a great run on Joe.
Joe. Take on. That's saw something coming.
Oh,
Oh
and Joe
no!
squeezed him into the wall.
That is.
Joe squeezed him into the wall.
That may have been a bit unintentional, but
I think it was unintentional, but Joe should have a little bit more awareness there, I think. But Joe will continue, and they'll deal with that after the race.
yeah, there may be a penalty after the race. That is really unfortunate.
And Joe's got wing damage now, so all the guys are now faster than him around him. They're trying to make his way around.
Monkey barely has a wing at all. He's definitely going to be very frustrated.
Yeah, he is.
Having to come in for a fourth time. Really unfortunate.
So Razor Guy is making progress now. Razor Guy's in P9, trying to make the pass on Nico John. But Nico John staying with him. He stays with him because Razor Guy went wide deep into the corner, but he does make the pass stick. So Razor Guy into P8.
Razor's gotten rid of his penalty, so if he can just keep up his pace, he could perhaps get P6 from the looks of it.
Yes. It looks like he can chase down P6, potentially P5 if he really hustles. And it all depends on how long those tires last, but he did get in for a new set of tires.
JC's going to want to stay within 3 seconds of schooling and perhaps get P2 if he can keep up the pace with the rest of the race.
Yeah, so JC's in a great spot because he's been vying for that podium position all season long. Now he's finally put himself in contention for it, so now he's just got to deliver. Razor Guy gets by Broken. Broken goes wide into turn 1. So that's another position for Razor. Razor up into P7.
Feel like a Monkey going back from the pits. I wonder if they have any tires left that don't have any wear on them.
Not sure. Another safety car.
And that looks to be Broken Controller as he does retire from the race going up the Rouge. God, that corner has been just deadly for these cars since qualifying.
Yeah, we'll look for his car on the right. Yep. Broken.
Majority of the DNFs have been...
F in the chat, everybody. F in the chat for everyone lost in Eau Rouge today. So... yeah, who's this?
Free position for Monkey.
Yeah. If Monkey, he's back out on the medium tires, he's still got a chance, Monkey, because he can make up some positions. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Bert. F at the chat for everyone lost in Eau Rouge today. So Monkey into P11 as he's going to pass, yep, he passes Broken Controller.
This has to be so repetitive for Bradshaw. Starts great, up the safety car, gets like a 7 or 8 second gap.
Yeah, he can't build a rhythm. He can't get into a rhythm because everything is constantly pausing around him.
I feel like we just don't have a lot of just close racing with the amount of safety cars. It's just a bit frustrating, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think the last run here, the last phase of the race is going to be green flag racing, I believe. So we'll see.
Hopefully. What's the record for the amount of safety cars?
I mean, I think it's this, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What is this, our third safety car?
Yeah, this is our third, and we did have 2 virtual safety cars, so I don't know if those count.
Let's see. So the most safety cars at Spa. That is a good question. I don't know. Well, I just looked up the stats on Spa, and the safety car probability is 40% probability that you see a safety car in this race, but today, I mean, we've seen 3, so looking for us. Yeah.
I think these safety cars really benefit JC Blackley as he's able to keep in P3, but he's also able to keep close to Schoolin, who I think was starting to pull away a little bit before the safety car.
Yeah, but Joe's on that new wing, new tires. So this is going to be an interesting battle because now Monkey found himself right behind Joe again. Now he's on a tire disadvantage, but he's going to be trying to get by, and he's not going to have forgotten how he got pushed into the wall. Now, again, Joe might argue that it wasn't intentional, but that's not going to make Monkey feel any better about it.
And at the end of the day, it still impeded somebody else's race, and he did see a gap there, so it's really going to come up to Stewart's decision on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I did think that he had made his move to the right already, and that's why Monkey was reacting to go to the left, and then he moved to the left, so not sure.
Definitely tricky. It was at a weird angle when I first saw it, so.
Yeah, JC's on the. I don't know how JC's racing because he's in the chat so much. JC, keep your keep your hands on the wheel, bro. Put JC up in.
No distracted driving.
Yeah, exactly. He's into P3, so really nicely by JC today. Oh, and it looks like Razor Guy touched with Domingos. So Razor Guy hit the back of Domingos. Yeah, that caused one for Domingos, but Razor Guy should be a little bit further back. There's really no reason to be that close to the car in front. All he's done now is given himself and Domingos a penalty, so Razor Guy showing some inexperience there. That's unfortunate. It's going to be 5 seconds added after the race.
It's like Monkey and Joey have finally started to catch up towards the pack.
I think the safety car's going in. No, another lap. Jesus.
Yeah. Dude, I think it has to be over half the laps have been under a safety car in this race. Or at least around that.
Seems like it. So we're at,
Looks like Monkey might have gone to the pits again. Perhaps he doesn't like the medium tires and...
Oh, he went on to old mediums, because those mediums that he went on to were really old.
That's a mistake. That's gonna cost him.
So he's gonna go back onto the softs.
Where's Vapor?
It's not, Vapor is he's not in the session. So that's like an AI car. That's why it's all buggy.
Yeah, he's gone to the Shadow Realm.
Steinlein just got back from dinner. He said, "What the fuck happened?"
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know, Steinlein. You see all those cars? They all went off at Eau Rouge and Radion.
Except Disgruntled, he got disqualified.
Yeah, Disgruntled got disqualified for not serving a drive-through. But I think this is still going to work out for Monkey because he doesn't actually lose any time. So there's the back of the pack now.
Yeah. And he's going to be on fresh softs. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he is going to be on fresh softs.
I feel like he's on relatively fresh. They are one lap old, but I don't really think that matters at this point.
No, they'll make it just fine.
Yeah. Prodigal has somehow been able to make those mediums last this long. These two safety cars after he went into the pits have definitely...
It's played into his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, we have such a diversity in terms of tires. We have 3 people on the softs, 5 on the mediums, and 4 on the hards. Definitely a mixture of strategies here. V-Check probably has the oldest tires now, 10 lap old mediums, but with the safety car periods, they probably don't feel 10 laps old.
No,
they feel around 5.
They should last just fine.
Yeah.
But you're right though to point them out because he's going to be at a disadvantage compared to the car in front slightly, and definitely to the cars behind because Domingos, even though his tires are 9 laps older, the hard compounds they don't wear as quickly, and then you got Razor just behind with the 3 lap old softs. So I'm imagining that the safety car will go in this lap, and then we'll have a shootout for the last 5 laps.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Safety car does come in.
Bye-bye, safety car. Let's get back to some green flag action. And they're off. So Branch gets a good jump. Swollen gets a pretty good jump. Also gets a pretty good jump. Spitcheck just behind.
JC with a good exit.
Oh, and Razor's already making his way past. Domingos, yeah, he gets past. So he has much better traction out of turn 1 with those soft tires. So Razor up into P6.
Monkey got ahead of Joe like fishing on the safety car restart.
Really nicely done by Monkey.
Let's see, if he can keep his current pace, he'll be able to get past a bunch of people with penalties.
He can. He's got to chase them down, though. So let's go on board with Monkey, because it looks like we're going to see some action here in a second as he chases these guys down. And Spitcheck is just behind Oso, so this is a battle for P4. And Razor just behind Spitcheck.
Monkey with 5 stops this race, which is now an incredible amount. But he's still able to...
Oh, and Spitcheck goes wide. Oh! And he comes out right in front of Razor. Razor tries that outside line, but not a good line around that outside there.
Monkey closing on T2.
So that's unfortunate for Razor, but not much that Spitcheck could do. He was just trying to get back on track. So Razor's going to try to make the move here because he is faster than Spitcheck. At least from what it seems.
Looks like Monkey might be able to make a move on T2 going into turn 18. Let's see how good of an exit he gets around here.
And they think better of it, so they hang back for a second. Probably thinking they'll get the DRS on the next straight. Razor guy gets a 3-second penalty.
Oh wait, DRS is disabled after the safety car, so...
Oh, it might take another lap. Yeah, it might take another lap or so, but they'll get the slipstream at least. But Oso had a sniff of a move on Spoolin. He went down the inside, but the guys kept it side by side, kept it very clean, and Spoolin stayed out ahead. So nice driving by Spoolin. Yeah, really nicely by JC. He's had a great race today. So let's go on. We're on board with Razor. Razor's got the slipstream. He's inching along. He doesn't quite have it. He gets off of the overtake. Monkey's falling a little bit behind. Oh no, he got past T2. So now Monkey's trying to catch up to Nico John.
Due to Oso and Spoolin having 3-second time penalties, this Bishop can keep up this gap and perhaps defend against Razor.
Oh, and
no.
Razor guy gets impatient there, and he's lucky to keep going without spinning. Razor guy's got to be more patient there. He was just trying to force the move.
Not a good corner overtake on him unless you're pretty much side by side.
Yeah, unless you're already side by side. So Oso, he's trying to get a move, make a move around Spoolin, but Spoolin is able to take those corners just nicely there. Also, those tires starting to go a little bit, it seems.
I check on 12 lap old mediums. I wonder how those feel right now. But if he can keep it in 3 seconds to Spoolin, and also he'll be able to get P3.
Yeah, so on board with Razor. Razor trying to chase down Spitcheck. And he'll have... Oh, and he might just go around the inside.
No. Spitcheck gets a 3-second time penalty.
So all these guys down with 3-second time penalties. As Monkey's very close to Nico John now. Look at the guys ahead. Oh, Spitcheck stays just ahead. Oh, and Razor guy spins. And Spitcheck spins. Wow. Spitcheck hit the wall. Razor and Spitcheck lost the rear end. So that promotes the Racing Point boys.
Yeah, but they also have penalties, and Monkey's right behind him. 0 penalties on for his name. So
And he's got 2.5 laps to make a pass around here. Praj picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Monkey can make his way up through the field, and he can get potentially up into a podium position if he really pushes here. Yeah. He's got to make the pass. But Domingos is on the overtake as well. So we'll stay on board with Monkey. This is quite the battle.
Monkey, who had an absolutely terrible qualifying,
and he's too late on the brakes. He loses the wing. So now Razor guy behind him with a full intact wing will most likely get around everybody here.
Monkey looking to go past Domingos, and he does make moves.
Oh, and Nico John hits the wall up ahead.
Oh no, that was really close to hitting perhaps Monkey as well.
So the guys are really having a good scrap on track.
That was way too close to the people behind Nico. And it looks like Razor may have perhaps gone a little bit too liberal with the track limits.
A little bit there, but he'll get away with that. Maybe a warning, but... So Monkey is going to be severely compromised because of that wing. And yeah, you can see it, because he goes wide.
Razor still has those penalties from earlier, though, so even if he does get ahead, he's still at the end of the day.
But he can build a gap of 3 seconds over Monkey.
He has an 8-second time penalties, and yeah, I don't really see.
I think some of them may have been served already, but so we're not sure quite just yet how it's going to play out. But you can see Monkey's got the DRS as well, so it's hard to pass when everyone's got the DRS. Oh, he's going to try and move around the outside.
Yeah, risky maneuver here.
Not quite there. He's going to try it again. Really nice driving from Monkey, because Monkey's got a broken wing. Oh, and now he's going to make the move.
No.
So he goes wide, so Razor Guy gets through it. He's up into P6.
Monkey did tap the wall, but it does not look like he worsened his damage.
No, he's already missing that piece of end plate. So Razor Guy going side by side with Oso. He's now made the move on Oso, so now he's up into P5.
P2 catching up to Monkey. All these penalties, I wonder if he's going to come out like P3.
Yeah, so now Razor's chasing down Domingos. So they're now coming to the end of Sector 3, and they'll have a whole nother lap, as Praj has already started his final lap. So this battle for P3 is going to be very interesting, because all three are very similar on pace right now, and they're about a second apart from each other, less than that.
All those penalties, so it's just really going to come down to whoever has the least and whoever's able to have the better track position at the end of the race. Let's see. It looks like him and Elsa do only have 1 3-second time penalty at the time at the end of the race, so I think they might be likely contenders. But Monkey can somehow get within 3 seconds. Oh no, looks like.
But Domingos, yeah, Domingos going to make the pass. You can see Domingos up ahead there. He makes the pass with DRS down the Kemmel Straight. Really nicely done from Domingos. And now we've got Razor Guy just behind Spoolin.
Razor's got to be a lot more patient when it comes to Spoolin.
Well, he's going to try to make a move. He's got the better traction, but he's not quite there.
A little bit. He lost his rear end a little bit.
A little bit. Oh, and he loses the rear end again.
There's one thing I can say about Razor that I'm impressed by, and it's that even after a bunch of mistakes, he's been able to keep up the pace and he's been able to recover a lot better.
Yeah, he has. Oh, so he's going to try to go around the outside. He takes advantage of that mistake. He gets around on the outside. Really nice move by Razor.
Makes it work. Spoolin, I think, may have had to lock on the brakes a little bit more there.
And Spitchek's out. Spitchek's out at Radion.
Unfortunate. But as it looks like, Prajhal takes the victory, 0 penalties, in with a commanding lead above.
Really nice job by Prajhal today.
JC also takes P2.
JC, P2, really nice race by JC. Domingos in P3 in that racing point.
First ever podium for JC.
Oh, but Razor Guy takes, no, Spoolin takes, no, Oso, no, Monkey. Wow. Monkey takes a podium with a broken wing. That is insane. Wow, what a race by Monkey. And Joe up into 4th place with the lack of the penalties.
Monkey takes his 2nd ever podium in the league and is able to go from P18 to P3. Not my driver today. Do you have anybody else who could perhaps contend for driver?
No, I think it's going to be Monkey. Really is, because he had so many issues during the race, but he kept his head down and he kept pushing. So Monkey, whose best finish was 2nd at Canada, even though arguably he could have had a win at France, but he's doing well. A couple incidents today, but he gets a P3 finish today. So really nicely done.
JC able to keep it clean and take advantage of the safety car, gets his first ever podium in the league, which really good for him. Prajhal, currently P10 the standings, but again with another win, he is most likely going to move up to at least say P7.
Yeah, because the Vapor didn't score many points today, even though his car was in 12th. That was a tough race. It was a very tough race because of the incidents at Eau Rouge and Radion. You can see that section of the track does not take any prisoners, similar to Turn 5 at Hungary.
No, it does not.
But great job by Praj nonetheless. Great job to JC and great job to Monkey as well as the rest of the guys. I've been joined today by Hey Tight. So Hey Tight, thank you for joining me today.
No problem, mate. I had
And
pretty much nothing else to do this morning.
thank you. And for everyone else that's tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Again, you've been watching the Performance Racing League Development Tier 2 race. This is round 14 at Belgium. Stick around because tomorrow is the Tier 1 race. So thank you everyone for joining. We're going to end the broadcast now, but take